Okay. Like let's show Nikki in a positive light. So I guess in like her comments, I don't even know what platform is this. This looks like Instagram, right? So I guess so a fan responded on or commented on Nikki's Instagram post, and they said, "Can you give me this pink dress for my graduation?" Nikki says, "Not mine, a new one. When would you need the dress by, babe?" So Nikki is willing to give this person in need a dress for their graduation, which is dope. And it's not surprising because Nikki, she's very, like on into school and stuff like that, and making sure that the barbs, complete their studies and stuff. So it's definitely not a surprise, but it's good to see, it's just great to see Nikki giving back in so many ways to her fans, that it's just like, bruh, are you not done yet? Like, as much money as she making, she's I feel like she's also spending a lot of money on us and experiences. And I ain't really never seen no artist in the history of nothing do that before. So I definitely will give Nikki her props for that. Have you guys won anything this era? If you've won anything in terms of Nikki trivia, especially if you've won like a meet and greet or something, definitely let me know in the comments, because I think we've all won something. So we'll talk about that more as the era wraps up, especially as this weekend is the end of the tour. So let me know how y'all experiences have been on tour and stuff like that, because we will be having a greater conversation on the tour and the era at some point, like after the shows end. So take y'all time to reflect, take y'all notes, take y'all all y'all positives, all y'all critiques and stuff like that, and we'll come and talk about it, soon. But yeah, anyway, so I just wanted to show, like, Nikki once again, like, giving back to a fan, and also being willing to buy her a whole new dress, which is like kind of like duh, but like not really, because she could have, like, literally Nikki doing literally anything for this person is like going above and beyond. So once again, it's dope to see. So in Doja Cat's voice, thank you, Nikki. I love you. All right. Um. Okay. Cool. So I wanted to share some thoughts regarding some more thoughts regarding our conversation on Kelsey, right? And Kelsey posing for Nicki Minaj's shoe brand Lochi. So, and I probably said some of this like last night, but child, I be here, there, and everywhere. So, bear with me. So one of the things, right? Like, I don't. Last night when I talked about this, I don't feel like I stressed enough the relationship between Nikki and Kelsey, right? So I think that as I said last night, like, Nikki has invited Kelsey to several shows, both in leg one and leg two. Also in leg one, Kelsey was responsible for getting the what's it called, the special guest for the Houston show. So that it consisted of Kirko Banks and I believe Beat King, who has now passed away. So R.I.P. to him. And so even we can rewind before that, earlier this year, when it was Bigfoot versus his, that week that Nikki was getting her diss track towards Meg together, that Nikki was going to use, if she had more time, she was going to use the beat that Kelsey's what's it called, that Kelsey's what's it called, okay, they manage Kelsey and her husband manage a producer named XO No Sleep. And he was one of the producers who was making one of the beats for Nikki to use during that week. Okay. Now, Nikki wanted to release his version, but she ended up not doing so because it took so long and whatever. And it was like, it would have been like a lost cause, right? So she did not release a version. But I'm just pointing that out to you guys into the several ways that Nikki has tried to include Kelsey and her team and her husband, and including their talents and skills in a way that they can all benefit from the situation and make money, even if it looks like any type of weird way, because Kelsey and Nikki linking up as Megan's ops and stuff like that. And also that has been done to Nikki in the industry. So I really don't mean to harp on that. But I think that the positive in that is that people are getting an opportunity to elevate their careers, I think that that's important because we're supporting, black businesses at every height and stuff like that. So I'm really not trying to do too much on Nikki for that, but I also am trying to point out that their relationship is not so surface level. So it once again it's hard for me to believe that. And this is the better point to bring up. Why does Kelsey feel so comfortable to have an elaborate photo shoot for Nicki Minaj's brand and not get anything for it? Why does she feel so comfortable? I just laid out to you because when the discourse happens on social media, people are just, dragging because it looks bad on Kelsey's part, and it does, and stuff like that, especially because she deleted it. She didn't address anything. So she kind of left Nikki out. Sorry, she kind of left Nikki out to get dragged and stuff like that. But hey, what's new? And also, like, this is me going out on a limb once again, all speculation, right? But just my personal opinion is that I feel like Nikki and Kelsey, because of, once again, I just talked to you about the extent of their business relationship. I feel like they have an understanding where it's like, yo, let me just take the fall for this. Like, let me take the blame for this or whatever. Because, Nikki, she said, like, in her response in Twitter, she had said, like, oh, like, and Kelsey didn't say anything or whatever, and Kelsey didn't say anything and she didn't respond back. Then Nikki went on Station Head and said, basically kind of like the same thing, where it's just like Kelsey is not saying anything. And it's just like, child, I could see them just, child, planning this out, not going as it panned out, and them doing what they needed to do. But at least everybody on the same page. And if Nikki want to take the fall for it, then that's fine, because she the boss at the end of the day. But moving forward, let's see, will this put a halt in the relationship between Nikki and Kelsey, right? Because regardless, it signifies that they're not on the same page and there is some miscommunication. And even the way where it's like, oh, like, why did Kelsey just do this? Like, it just doesn't really make sense. So anyway, let me see if I had any more thoughts on this. Oh, and okay, so here's another thing. If we were on good terms behind the scenes, yeah, so I think that we need to watch out for what will Nikki and Kelsey do together next in the future. Will she bring her close for anything? Will she come to any shows? I think that that'll say something about, like, how Nikki feels about this situation. I'll leave that up to interpretation. So, I wrote in my notes, Nikki takes the beating for Kelsey, especially if they're on good terms behind the scenes. Will they collaborate together in some way again? Well, and I think another point is, so Nikki getting back at the media. So I think that Nikki is doing a lot of that. Hey, no frauds. Thanks so much for coming through. I might not make it to the Friday show. No, Capricorn. Nikki just mad about Twitter drags. She just now distancing herself from Kelsey. Yeah, facts. I see y'all on playback. So my other point on that was, okay, so Nikki does a lot of correcting the media, right? So here's the thing, right? We talked about the 5 days, and Nikki addresses the 5 days. When she makes her statement, she addresses the 5 days that, like, oh, like, I'm just seeing this was posted 5 days ago, X, Y, and Z, and whatever. And I'm just like, okay. So, like, what I and if I really wanted to be petty, what I would have did was went on Nikki page and looked at what what I really would have did was I would have came on Nikki's page to see what she posted within the last 5 days or within the last 6 days or whenever those days where Kelsey was getting dragged, and soon after that. That's what I should have did. I should have looked at what Nikki was posting, because Nikki been active. She might not be active for a day here and there where when she wants to relax and stuff like that if she's off, but for the most part Nikki is active on social media because she's posting after every show. So it's really hard to believe, once again, that you see everything but you didn't see that. You didn't see Kelsey getting dragged for like 2 to 3 days. You didn't see that until 5 days later. That's funny. No, that's a little funny. So, but I'm just saying, like, we always love to say Nikki sees everything. Um, But Nikki says, so also, so one of the things, right, which is why, like, Nikki can come out and say, like, how she phrases what she says, right? She'll say, like, oh, like, it's been 5 days or whatever. Let me see what she said. I'm already talking too much, but I'm sorry. Let's, okay, here it is. Posted this live 5 days ago and I'm just now finding out. Child, LOL. I love being booked and busy. Models for my collection. She posted a photo in my sneakers. Me nor my company knew anything about it till she posted it. So she did what many people did when they received my sneakers. They posted a photo in them. So since we're here, let's bring this up because some people brought this up on social media, right? So some people said, well, like Nikki said, when people get her sneakers, what do? They take pictures and they whatever. Now a lot of barbs have done that. Some barbs even they also look like they have professional photo shoots and stuff like that. Even Johnny Blaze, right? Johnny Blaze is definitely somebody who I would say, like, I don't want to say like her and Kelsey on the same level in terms of like nothing, but like in terms of like being known, I guess. Like, so it's like, okay, but Johnny Blaze. Now for me, the difference between Johnny Blaze photo shoot and Kelsey's photo shoot is that Kelsey's photo shoot, once again, it looks more professional. It could have definitely been taken in a simple studio the way Johnny Blaze own look. And I remember that day when Kelsey posted this. I remember seeing a video of behind the scenes of the photo shoot of Kelsey posted up on this bike. Okay. So it wasn't like it wasn't where it was. It was on some background and they edited her background in and whatever. So I'm telling you that these photo shoots happened in some similar settings, like a very simple background. But for me, the difference is that you can see that in Johnny Bay's photo shoot is that it's a simple background that you're literally just standing in front of, right? You can change the color or whatever, but it's really that's a backdrop of paper that she's just standing in front of, right? Now here with Kelsey, you can see that this once again is just a photo of her Photoshop on top of another what's it called, like background or whatever, right? So there's more editing that went into this rather than just like, hey, like let's take a picture, let's take a video and upload this. Like this, obviously, way more editing went into this. You guys get what I'm saying? And to once again, because I remember in the video that I watched, the person was holding her hair to make her hair like stand up like this. This was a whole production. This was a whole production, child. I'm sorry, y'all. Some of y'all really don't, like y'all don't like the truth, so yeah, some of y'all don't like the truth. Why is the screen like that? Wait, is it really showing like this on YouTube? I'm so sorry. I was seeing that and I was like, I hope it's not actually showing like that. Once like, hold on, I really don't know what to do. Shout out Potent Pondering in the building. Oh man, I really don't. Let me okay, this is so embarrassing. You know, um, let's go to playback. I'm going to take my screen out. I don't know. I don't know what this does, but hold on. Let me refresh YouTube. Okay, it looked like it was like doing a little bit better. No, it's still looking weird. Let's see. Hold on. This is so crazy. Oh my God. I don't know what's going on. That's very weird. I'm so sorry, guys. This is why you should be on. um, let me see. Hold on. Exit. Hmm. I might have to start it over on YouTube. This means, okay, my bad. Sorry, guys. So y'all should still be with me on playback. Hold on. Let me see. Am I here? I think you guys can hear me. I talk too much. Okay, let me do this over again. Copy. DPMO. Go live. Okay, this should stream URL. Let's hope this should work properly. Manage. Stream. Copy. Now I just have to move on because I key like not that I forgot what I was talking about, but it's like it really don't even matter. And I should really just move on. But I see y'all in here. Oh, Crystal is in here, period. All right, let's check. We should be back up on YouTube very shortly. I don't see me. Crystal, what you made me for dinner? Okay, period. We live on YouTube, period. Street tacos. You always making some Mexican food. Last time I asked you what you made for dinner, you told me like what you said, some Mexican. I'm like, I mean, I fuck with it. What? Yo, am I live on YouTube? Is anyone here? Because why is it showing my screen like that? That's so weird. That's disgusting. I must have done something wrong. Yo, shout out to everybody on YouTube. I have no idea why my screen is showing like this, but you guys can come over and join us on the playback app because everything's working perfectly over there. It's showing like I'm in a VR box. That's so weird. I have it's never messed up before like this, so um I hate that, it's some of y'all favorite, sorry, first time um being here and it's messing up. So what I'll do is I'm gonna drop this link in the chat and playback.tv/barbology, and that's where we're at right now. So even if you don't make an account, you can tap the link and you should be able to tune in from there, like as a visitor or whatever. But you guys should really just like download the playback app because obviously it's working way better than YouTube is. And I'm gonna have to dedicate a little bit more time to understanding why my screen is showing like this on YouTube, because once again it's never done that before, and I can't do that right now because we have an agenda to get through. So I appreciate everybody for bearing with me and stuff like that. But I'm gonna keep it moving. So if you choose to stay here and listen, I appreciate you. For YouTube, you can feel free to stay here and listen, because what I'm doing is, since I'm live on playback, when I get off of playback, I can easily just download it from playback and then upload it to YouTube as a video. So this can be available as early as tomorrow morning for everybody to listen back to. Okay, so regardless, we have the footage, we have the content and stuff like that. But hey, Chulo, I see you on YouTube. But shout out to everybody coming in through on YouTube. I appreciate y'all being here for the conversation, and please at least like the video. I'll stay live for you guys as well. So let's get back to it. And I'm gonna wrap up, on this Nikki and Kelsey stuff like that, because I think you guys get it for real. But I also just wanted to bring up the opposing argument, right? So if people want to argue that, oh, like, well, you can't just say it's paid because other people have done professional photo shoots. Like, yes, other people have done professional photo shoots, but it was not as elaborate as Kelsey's own, with the editing and stuff like that, which says to more people being involved, and a budget has to be a part of that, because I don't know who's working for free these days. So yeah, um but it's cool though, like I said, it's cool. Nikki can get her get back. It's cool. Like, you the bad guy, right? So let's keep being the bad guy. So I think that's all I had on that. Okay, so we can transition now into talking about, like, this whole Safaree situation. So over the weekend, Nikki was performing in Miami. She headlined Miami for the first time since I don't know when, but Nikki did perform in Miami at the end of 2023, December 2023. She performed in Miami. She headlined the iHeartRadio music. No, it's not the music festival. It's the Jingle Ball. She headlined iHeartRadio's Jingle Ball in 2023, and people were of course, like, upset when Miami wasn't on the lineup for leg 1 of the Gag City tour, but of course it was included on leg 2, which shout out to all the Miami barbs and stuff like that. Yay. I'm so glad that you got your, hey, No Frauds Media, hey Trishay. The I know it looks crazy on YouTube right now. I don't know why, but like, if you guys come over to the playback app, it looks perfect on here. And once again, I'll upload what we're doing right now back to YouTube tomorrow, so you can play it back with the visuals and stuff like that. All right, cool. I was reading another Barb fight on Twitter. She did a lot. Wait, who did a lot? Wait, what Barb fight on Twitter? Am I lost? I mean, I might not be lost. Nah, shout out everybody on playback for real. Okay, so Nikki looks very, very good here. I'm getting notifications tonight is going down. Bia is currently on stage in Gag City, Raleigh, North Carolina, I believe. So yeah, okay. So woo. So okay. Thank you, No Frauds Media. Okay. So this is a couple okay, oh, fuck, I just closed this tab. So a couple months ago, when the tour first started back in 2020, what? 2024, bitch. It's 2024. The tour started in 2024 and we still in 2024. All right, cool. So yeah, at the beginning of the tour, right? I had, well, not the beginning, but whatever. I had made this joke. Something had happened. I forgot. I don't know what it was, but like the tour had started, right? So we saw a little bit of the tour and, like, all of Nikki's like sexy parts and stuff like that. Pink Birthday, as well as R&B. Y'all know R&B is my favorite song. So I had just made this stupid like suggestion. Like, I didn't think anything of it. I made this stupid suggestion saying, like, oh, like, Nikki should have like Kenny come out on stage while she's performing Pink Birthday. Oh, this is what it was, right? It was the fact that, like, okay, so sometimes, like, people would be concerned because, like, Nikki, when she's like rolling around and stuff like that on the floor. That was one of the concerns, like when Nikki was first getting on tour, right? So anyway, and so that's why I was like, yo, like, and then okay, my thing with like the beginning of the tour was like how y'all remember when I remember a lot of stuff, okay, but I have like short-term memory loss, but like long-term, I be remembering. So before tour had started, like right before tour had started, Nikki had went live on Instagram, right? And with her dancers in rehearsal, and they did a whole one two for Pink birthday. So it's like, oh, like we see the dancers all together, like they all being sexy or whatever. Cool, 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 cool. And but that's obviously not how Nikki actually performs Pink birthday on the tour. So I was like, yo, why is Nikki on stage by herself when we seen on live that, like that she would that she was rehearsing with the dancers, right? So like, why isn't that happening on stage? So that was one of my things at the beginning of tour, right? So just a performance here, so yeah, I made a stupid suggestion. It was like a Friday night, and like Nikki was about to go on stage again, and I was like, yeah, like why doesn't like Nikki and why doesn't Nikki have Kenny come out like she's giving him a lap dance with like like I really didn't think anything of it, for real, for real. Next thing you know, the barbs start dragging me down, okay? The barbs start dragging me down, and like in one of my tweets that I'll show you guys, like that what we're gonna get into, I had said like it was the cupcakes because the cupcakes stay dragging me, okay? And some of them isn't here right now, and some of them is gonna be listening back. So shout out to y'all. I really appreciate y'all. But like, so yeah, of course it was the cupcakes dragging me. Now, why was they dragging me, right? So my suggestion was like Nikki should bring out Kenny on stage and perform Pink Birthday, right? So they people said like, oh, like that's a stupid suggestion, which obviously I don't disagree with you. Like, I agree with you. Like, yeah, that's stupid. Like, that's not smart, which is why I wasn't all that serious about it. So I just be talking, right? Because I'm the type of person, bitch, I just be tweeting like nobody's watching because bitch, nobody don't be watching. So it'd be so interesting when like I'd be saying something that I feel like is so simple and it gets everybody in a tizzy because it's like, bro, nobody cares about what I say on any other day. So it's like, why do y'all care now? So anyway, they disagree with my suggestion because you know how it is, like Nikki in the media and Kenny, like they're just always getting dragged, right? Like they're just always getting dragged. And so like the Barbs are like, no, like that's a stupid suggestion because they would just get dragged. And it's like, of course, I don't disagree with you, right? But it's like, once again, they want to make everything an argument. So, time goes on, X, Y, and Z, stuff like that. Now that I'm thinking about it, several things that I said in the beginning of tour have been proven right in terms of Tay not even being on the tour, the hair situation and stuff like that. But another conversation, not super important or relevant right now. What's relevant is this, right? And it's like I don't even have to sit here and boast about me being right? I mean, because it's really not even that, because somebody on the other side of the argument would say, well, um, no, it wasn't in Nikki's plan to bring him on stage. She just did that because Safaree was in attendance, which is correct. But see, the thing is that y'all felt like the reason why y'all wanted to drag me is because y'all felt like they would get dragged. But how much time and time again, cupcakes are the same ones. And if you don't know what a cupcake barb is, child, put it in the comments and they'll tell whatever the fuck. But like, um Nikki just showed you, right? And we're gonna get deep into it, right? But Nikki showed you that like she don't care, right? Y'all was dragging me because y'all saying that they're gonna get dragged, and Nikki just showed y'all that I don't care if I'm gonna get dragged. If I want to bring my husband on stage, I'm going to do just that. Ding, 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 ding. Destiny's right again, again, again. Whoo! This is why. Just say whatever you want. Have your own opinion. Now, child, I got into all of that, child, without even going into the thing. So let's really dig into the situation, okay? Let's dig into this situation. Safaree pulling up to Gag City, Miami. So at this point, he has released a vlog on
Sunday,
YouTube.
and
He's released a vlog on YouTube documenting his experience before, during, and after the concert. You probably saw it going viral on social media. So we're just gonna go through a couple of things pertaining to the situation. And yeah, so Nikki, Kenny, and Safaree were all trending topics after the Miami show. And she says, it says, following her viral performance, Nikki hopped on X to celebrate a successful night with the bars. Amid her posting about her Miami tour stop, Minaj cleared the air on what social media's believed was a campaign for her new line. Okay, so we talked about that. We talked about Nikki and the and Kelsey situation. We talked about that. We get it. So let's see. Okay, not long wait, okay. Nikki's mic was definitely on last night, and circulating videos show Safaree rapping her verses word for word. Not long after, he abruptly left the show. Sorry, one second. I'm just trying to after Nikki shared a little message about knowing your worth. Later, she brought out her partner, Kenneth Petty, during her live performance of Super Freaky Girl. Needless to say, the internet is chatting and passing the videos around social platforms. Okay, whatever. So, yeah. Okay, so let's look at this. Oh, okay, I guess not. So yeah, I actually wanted to get into some tweets. Bitch, move. What is this ad right here? Move. So somebody said Safaree said, but that's not even in English. Hold on, which account am I on? Yeah, okay, I think I'm on the right account. Okay, like nothing wants to work for me. Like this is weird. Nothing I click on wants to work. Hello. What is my life? Like seriously. This is so, I literally don't get it. Okay, that worked. Imagine trying to work your computer and nothing is working. Like what? Anyway, so yeah, Nikki brought out what's his name? Sway Lee. Good to see them together. No shade, I was kind of disappointed because Miami, I expected Future, but Sway Lee is still cool, I guess, but like yeah. You are over in range of us. I
don't think it would be right. I think I would be doing this world a disservice if I didn't wear something that is stuck with me for years. I did it once and I'm gonna do it again. I remember I was doing something and even till this day, people, I don't know, they think they're bullying me, but you're not. And I am gonna wear a jean vest to the Gag City tour. Please, you are a jean vest. Ladies and gentlemen, I presume to you, the jean vest. It's a full circle moment right now. You got my heartbeat running away.
So this is where Safaree loses me because at first I wasn't, I don't want to say I was here for it, but I was not here for it. But it's like Safaree be acting in ways that's like feminine and like I don't like that. Like I don't like men that just show any type of femininity. So it's just like that's supposed to be straight, right? So it's just like it's just such a turnoff. And it's just like, okay, you going to the concert is already doing too much, but I'll allow you to attend. You doing all of this super bass choreography is just taking it way overboard. Like you're not about, I was about to say you're not about him.
Sit the fuck down, bitch. You in timeout. I hear the mumbling. I hear the cackling. Are you scared? Shook? You panicking? Done. The London. The sun done. The London. Came up, still in the done. London. London. Competition. Like, yes, I would love some.
Reminiscing about old times.
Yeah. Y'all want to be making fun of me talking about you didn't know I was roboting back then? You know. You are over in a range of us. The 1111 angel numbers. Sketches and bird, remain boom. Looking like everything's on a fake mule. Front row next to the who's who. Trying to build another Barbie doll school.
What do y'all think about him doing Monster? Ew. If you was a barb in that crowd right by him, would y'all be rapping along with Safaree?
Rock City, it was real. Yo, I just want to say, wow, what a night. Um, I'm not gonna lie, it was like one of those full circle moments, you know, watching the.
Mind you, like when do you guys think was the last time that Safaree has seen Nicki Minaj in person? Think about that. Think about that.
The Gag City tour. It was just like a, it was just like a proud feeling. Like, I know there's a lot of people. They're like, they just hate me and they just don't agree and they really don't even really like have a legit reason to. But yo, I'm happy. I'm happy for Nicki. I'm proud. I don't like. We don't have to be friends. We don't gotta be cool. But I just know how I feel.
And you didn't even need to say that, right? You don't even need to say we don't have to be friends because that was never an option. You know, like it was never an option. Once again, I'm somebody I was not like against Safaree showing up, right? And because on the surface level, it's like, oh, like, like this was an important time in his life. It was a big chunk of his life. And like seeing the person that you used to be would become this superstar is like, wow, like, I don't have nothing against him for wanting to experience Gag City and wanting to experience like the heights that Nikki went to. But at the same time, we cannot forget and we won't forget allegedly what he put Nikki through, and also how Safaree dragged her name through the mud after they separated. But so why I'm like, at first, once again, I was okay with it when I first saw it, but like the thing about Safaree is that he doesn't do things just to do things. So if his intention was pure and he really just wanted to like live in nostalgia and understand and just appreciate Nikki for, like how far she's came and stuff like that, that would be dope. But at the end of the day, Safaree is Safaree, and his currency is attention and money, and that's how he makes his money. And Safaree has recently started a YouTube channel, which I didn't know about. I mean, obviously I knew about a channel, but it's like Safaree has started a journey on YouTube trying to be a YouTuber because he's no longer on Love and Hip Hop anymore. Thus, his biggest check is no longer here. So he's trying to find a way to pay for his family. So I don't really blame him for that. But once again, his intentions are never pure because he's looking for attention in order to look for money, right? um and that's fine, but it's like doing the extraness, like boasting about it on social media and stuff like that. Like, see, this is the thing, and this is what I was telling people earlier who was here with me earlier when we watched the whole thing. That's why I need to download Payback, because we watched the whole thing together and I already reacted to it. But I was telling them that fuck was I Safaree spent a lot of money on his tickets, right? He had 4 security guards with him, somebody who was holding the camera. And then when you watch the vlog and he had another man with him, the man was like, and he paid for my ticket too. So that's already like 6 tickets right there, maybe 7 if you count him. So he pays for everyone's ticket. And then he also pays security to be there, right? So he's actually shelling out thousands of dollars in order to support Nikki, right? So he probably spent about like 10 to 15,000 probably just on that one night, right? And so what I was saying earlier is that if he really wanted to be low key and like live in the moment and really appreciate it, what I would have did is, because I'm a semi celebrity, I would have took my ass to a foreign country and and went over there, because I'm low key over there. I can experience Gag City without like be causing attention. Even though I'm not saying that Safaree can't get acknowledged overseas, but what I'm saying is that, like, I feel like it would be less of a scurry, because once again, he would still be in a Nicki Minaj crowd. And if you know Nicki Minaj, and you probably know Safaree, right? Or you probably know that they were together. But anyway, so that's what he could have did. If he really wanted to like just show support and appreciation, but no attention, he could have just went to a city or a country that's not so much attention seeking, like such as Atlanta or what's it called? Miami, right? Just the other day I was out in Miami. But Safaree lives in Miami, either that or Atlanta. So it also makes sense. But whatever, but whatever, child. Like, once again, your intentions are not pure, which is why it's like I can't just only give you props because you're annoying.
about everything that is going on with her life, where she's at. And, I just really feel like just happy and proud. And I know some people are like, oh, I don't care if you're happy.
Okay, so he was filming everything. He tweeted, "I'm proud, no cap. A lot of y'all will never understand, but there is no malice in me. I'm proud." I don't really believe like I don't really believe there's no malice in him because his attempts, whatever his motivation was to talk about like Nikki not writing her raps or him writing her for her, whatever motivation he had to like, speak against her or whatever, it's no longer because it can no longer, right? His attempt wasn't successful. No one's attempt was successful. No one's attempt at Nikki's life or career yet has really been successful because we wouldn't be here right now, right? So his attempt wasn't successful, and he's scraping, right? Like, he's really scraping for anything. So yeah, nah. I don't think he gonna play with her name. So anyway, so while all of this was going on, child, I was asleep during Gag City, Miami. So all of a sudden, and this is my question for y'all, replay crew, talk to me. I need to know what y'all think. When do you guys think that Nikki and Kenny found out that Safaree was in the building? Was it before, because he was already going viral before the show started? Was it during the show? As you can see, Nikki went on Instagram Live for about 44 seconds during the show. As you can see, she is between acts. She's in this red ruby outfit, right? So that's telling you that she's on live in and the show is going on, right? And so they're fixing her makeup so she can go back on stage. And so Nikki goes live with Kenny, and then after that, she comes back to do finish the alter egos act, and then she does the ballads act with Fallen for You, and then she takes a break, and then she comes back and opens up with Kenny on stage. So and no, and I mean, I'm not even gonna count her speech for Nikki Hendrix because she always makes that same speech every night for Nikki Hendrix, but people were talking about that as well. And I haven't really even listened to it to evaluate if what I think about it for real, for real. So anyway, let's listen real quick though to like what this audio is giving. Sorry. All right, you guys. Yes, that's what. So what is Zeus saying? What's really going on here? Let's slow this down a little bit. What is Zeus saying? Happened. It was so hot, and he's saying, "Let's walk around." We had a new makeup artist today, and when the makeup is wet, you can't touch it with the sponge. So she made a mistake and did that. But we out here. We getting this whole show done plus a surprise. Yeah. It was already. He said we around. Look at his demeanor. Look at his face. Hurry up, let's do the bottom. Zoo, notice how none of them give a fuck about what neither of them saying. Nikki over here talking about they fixing her makeup. Zoo over here talking about we around, walk around. Like, what are you talking about, Zoo? What are you talking about? And why is it Nikki corrected him or whatever, like, babe, being like, babe, like, that's not what I'm talking about. You know why? Because they talked about this right before they did it. They was like, okay, we gonna go live because we gotta send the message, which is why I want to know when do you think that they found out that Safaree was in the building? Safaree went to Gag City with the whole production. Honestly, we don't know. Sadly, I think he's probably been stalking her. We never know. I think the meet hits different, but we watch on TV, so it's crazy. What? He a clown? Has he even apologized to her? I don't know. During. Well, I mean, yeah, definitely during, but I want to know like before the show started or like what, like when, because we know Nikki see everything. Anyway, it doesn't really matter. They knew, right? And then so Nikki brings him out for Super Freaky Girl. So how did you guys react to that? I was sleeping, child. Let's see. So she had to tell the dancers, everybody halt. No dancers on stage for Super Freaky Girl. Kenneth, stand right here, sit there, and just literally sit there. So at by this point though, it seemed like Safaree had left because let me see. I think Safaree left. Let's see. No. Safaree had left, but people was trying to post it on Twitter as if like, oh, like he got kicked out or something like that. But I don't think so. I don't think so. Let's see what Nikki said that night. Oh, here he is. Like you're doing too much. You're doing like like why do you know all of that, bro? Okay, let's see what she said here. I'm crying. This is my first time hearing this. Hold on.
Have you ever had your heart broken?
If you had a huge presentation at work and your ex was in the crowd and you could throw, like just say whatever, like whatever you always wanted to say, like what would you do? Would you take that opportunity or nah?
And did you cry all day and you didn't want to get out of bed and you couldn't eat and you thought that life was over? And then one day you woke up and you realized you were way better off without that moron?
Okay, so this is what Nikki's saying right now is the same stuff she says every night, like, oh, when you break up, like you can't eat and you can't sleep and da 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 da. Like she literally says that every night. So now what she did say though in the like right here, because this is not normally where she gives a huge speech. So let's see, hold on. Okay, so this is wait. Oh, okay, I see what they did. Got the Scoop called Live Bites out for doing this. Got the Scoop came out because you see how I'm getting confused because she's wearing a whole different outfit right here, but this is Nikki Hendrix. So how could that be in the same night that Safaree was here and she's wearing a different dress? And so when you look at this, let's go to Instagram. I gotta show y'all now. Let's go to Live Bites here. So look. Where is it? Wait, where? Please don't embarrass me. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Okay, so look. So we just watched this, but we watched it on Twitter. So once again, Got the Scoop calls them out because it says, what's up with this page now? I think that this is not the first time I've been seeing Got the Scoop call them out. Like in more recent days. So they said, why the hell? Look, the white dress that's not supposed to be there. She said, why the hell you keep posting old Nikki clips every other day? The clip of the video in white is from months ago. Like, what the hell is included into yesterday's show? Oh yeah, to push a narrative. So this is what you have to watch out for, because this is why it's so important to pay attention, y'all, to what she's wearing and what she's saying, because she says the same thing every night, and they tried to put a new line in there to make us think that she was to make me try to attribute that to due to Safaree's presence and him being there, and that was obviously so not true. So child, y'all might want to go and report this for false whatever, and I don't even want to say comment under it because don't give them engagement, but this is clearly somebody trying to push some type of narrative, because who even has time to go and look for like old footage of the same speech that she gives every night in order to even post that? Like, I can't, like, I literally can't. But prime example, prime example. Um, one on a positive note, Billboard ranks Super Bass by Nicki Minaj as the 13th greatest pop song of all time. She is the highest ranked rapper on the list. Personally, I didn't care for her husband on stage. He was way too stiff. I'm crying. But see, so Nicki kind of addressed that a little bit, but like, wow, the screen looks so stupid on YouTube. I don't know why it looks crazy like that. But okay. Um, what was I saying? Okay, so Nikki kind of addressed that in like, I think it was either her tweet or on Station Head. I think it was a tweet, but like people were commenting on like Nikki's demeanor when he was on stage, and I have to agree with Nikki there, where it's like, picture if you were on stage in front of 20,000 people, like, and that's not your normal everyday routine. Like, he isn't a public figure, he isn't a performer, he isn't a celebrity, so it's like I would probably be kind of like doing the same thing. I don't know, maybe like dancing just a little bit, but not doing too much. So but here's the thing, Key, you have to remember how Nikki uses Kenny, right? Especially in a situation like this where her ex is in the building. And I talked about this earlier where I had said like, oh, like, yeah, because some barbs like to make it seem like, oh, like Nikki doesn't really care about anything, like she's not pressed or whatever. But it's like clearly that's not the case, because like Nikki stopped her whole show to get on live to address Safaree's presence and also intimidate him from Kenny talking about walk around or keep walking or something like that, so that was to send a message. Because since when does Nikki go live in the middle of a set, you trying to get her makeup together? Like, that happens every night, child. Since when did we care? No shade. So anyway, everything is done with intention or whatever. So, and I was like, so once again, I actually be the one who be giving Nikki the benefit of the doubt. Like, oh yeah, like, nah, Nikki don't care about that. But it's like, nah, like, I had to really think about it. Like, think about it, y'all. Think about the type of man that Kenny is, right? He's a man's man. He's a macho man. He's a leader. He could be a leader in a, in a gang, like, no tea, no shade. And so like, his demeanor and the lifestyle that he comes from, right? Which is what you see right here, right? Like, using his demeanor to intimidate. And so that's exactly like, like what Nikki uses him for, so it's like, I don't expect nothing from Kenny. I don't expect Kenny to have a smile on his face, to nothing, like, because it's like, that's not his job. Kenny might be head of security for all we know, because why is he even in glam? But you see, this was all planned. Anyway, a leader? Stop. I need to let me calm down. Slow, this sounds good. Oh, please. Barzo showed him a lot of love. I wouldn't have changed nothing about my show right before the show started because Nikki always on Twitter. Gotcha. Yeah, I could agree. I know she addressed it, but you can tell it wasn't part of the script. She just felt away with Safaree being there. Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree with you. I don't disagree with you at all. And she has the right to, because, and regardless, because I know some people, want to call it stalking and stuff like that. I'm personally not gonna do that, because I don't really, once again, I think I started off this segment talking about like, when do you think was the last time Safaree saw Nikki in person, right? Like, he's gagged, right? Like, he's gagged, and he's gagged and he's proud and stuff like that, and I'm happy like that he even wants to go support, for real. So but yeah, once again, I'm not gonna look past or not acknowledge all of the wrong he's done and stuff like that. Like they say, the apology gotta be just as loud as the disrespect or whatever, child. But let me know what you guys thought about all of this. Like, I probably have some more. Okay, I definitely have some more, that I want to talk about, and more that I want to show. Um, okay, I did this. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's look at this. I haven't really heard this yet. Let's look at this. Hold on. So Nikki went on Station Head like the day after, Safaree shows up, and she says a couple things. So it says Nicki Minaj drags Safaree for clout chasing and trying to use her name when his money's low after he shows up to her concert. Child, let's see.
concert and be completely incognito, I would know how to do it. When people aren't happy, they go out of their way. You see, literally and figuratively. They go out of their way where someone who's minding their business, being at peace. And again, everyone knows how to go to watch anything and be incognito. I'm a fucking superstar. If I want to go to a concert and be completely incognito, I would know how to do it. Okay? I ain't filming myself and all this shit, doing fucking TikTok. Like, what the f? But every motherfucking time they bag running low, honey. And if y'all don't get their together, that hiatus is going to be a. If I want to go to a concert and be completely incognito, I would know how to do it. When people aren't happy, they.
Okay, so we were actually live while she said this because I remember her saying like threatening us with a hiatus. Child, what? You gonna threaten us with a hiatus because we didn't get Safaree together? So that actually leads perfectly into my next point. So there's countless tweets out there, especially even when it was happening, right? People were saying like, oh, like, because think about it. I mean, the Barbs were fanned out, right? And I could understand being fanned out because at the end of the day, A list, D list, C list, B list, a Safaree's still a celebrity, right? He's still a public figure or whatever. So it's understandable for people to be gagged when they see him in person. So they was giving him the celebrity treatment, taking pictures with him and videos and stuff like that. But some people felt like, yo, the Barb should have been cursing Safaree out. They felt like the Barb should have put hands on Safaree. So what do you guys think about that? How do you think that the Barb should have reacted? How would you have reacted if you saw Safaree? And what would be effective? Like, no shade. I just took a bite into an oatmeal cookie. A hiatus is happening no matter what. Yeah, we know. That's why we was like, okay, Nikki, it's fine. I mean, I feel like people should have acted how they wanted. Ooh, that's a good point. Yes, IBOME. People should act. People should do what they want to do. I mean, yeah, I agree. I agree because I'm the type of person where like I'm not really scared to like say nothing to nobody in person or whatever. I mean, I don't talk to people crazy in person. So let's say if I would, if let me put myself in their shoes. If I was at Gag City and I seen Safaree, I would probably just like walk past him and probably take a video, right? But if I did want to interact, because once again, I'm not a violent person, and once again, and that's my thing about like people who like are trying to like incite violence. It's like, why do you guys want to put your hands on somebody at a Nicki concert? Like that's just not gonna work out good for anybody. So it just doesn't make sense. So I'm not a violent person. I'm never gonna put my hands on somebody, especially not a public figure. Like, do y'all not think? Like, come on, bro. So, but me, like, if I do see a public figure in person and I want to approach them and say something, I approach them very calmly and be like, yo, like, like, oh, like when I seen one of Nikki's people in person, I said, yo, thank you for protecting Nikki. Like, I appreciate everything you do. If I see Safaree, I would probably, if I really felt like I had to say something, I would probably be like, yo, like, you know, look, you got to take accountability for what you did. Like, I mean, I don't know what else is there to say. You can't act gagged out, you can't act fanned out, because like it's not like I appreciate you being here and supporting, but at the same time, like, this could have been you. Like, this, you could have been a part of this, and you have to acknowledge, like, what you put her through and where you went wrong. So I would have just said something like very simple on that, like nothing too crazy, like not getting up in nobody's face, because that's just not the type of person that I am. But if I did feel the need to interact, that's what I would say. Daymore says ignore him. I agree. Put hands on him for what? They already think Nikki and the Barbs are bitter. Facts. 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 All right, let's move on. Okay. I know I talk too much. So, I did want to, and maybe I'll get back. I gotta get back to my tweets. But I never really talk about Nikki's sister on here, but I wanted to see what this girl had to say. She reacted to Safaree showing up. So let's see.
I'm calling my puppy Niggy because it's black, it's a nigga, and top of all that, it's fluffy. So I just combine those together and I call it Niggy. That's my new dog's name, Niggy. Ming, are you Trini? No, duh. Safaree was cutting up yesterday. Hell yeah, he was. I saw that. That shit was funny. Making something with Safaree? Let's slow down. I ain't say all that. I'm not gonna be booyaka, booyaka.
Why does she have a tongue piercing? Who gets tongue piercings anymore?
I'm not doing that. I'm good. Trying to come up from Nikki's name, Ollie. I will never argue with someone whose name is Ollie. It sounds like a preschool name that you will hear in nursery rhyme. I'm calling my puppy.
All right. She said nothing. She thought it was funny. I think we all did to a certain extent. So regular shit. Do you think Nikki was mad at the Barb's reaction to him? Nah, I think she could understand. I think she understands being fanned out, because people be fanned out about her every day, Like, now, if it was actually one of Nikki's people who was there, like, you can be like, oh, dapping him up, like, nah, like, like, but it's like they fans at the end of the day, he a public figure, so I really wouldn't expect anything else. And that's why Nikki would probably be mad about it, if anything, because it's like, yo, you're going to get attention. And that's why she said, when she talked about it on Station Head, she said, like, this is an important night for me. And you try to, like, whatever, you saw how, the headlines on social media, the attention on the blogs and stuff like that, the attention on the fans and stuff like that. She definitely had some surprises for Miami that night and stuff like that, so the show was going to be great regardless. But yeah, like that, and that was Nikki's whole point, right? So you can't help that people are going to be fanned out. You're a celebrity. Like, anyway, I think that, okay, I think so. Okay, let's come back to my uh oh, here it is. Okay, so when I seen this, right? So I told y'all, like, I was asleep, like, when all of this was going down on stage or whatever. So I wake up at like 2:30, right, in the morning, and I see all of this stuff, like Kenny and Safaree. I'm like, what? So I spring up, because I'm like, whoa, Nikki brings Kenny out on stage. Like, well, like I said earlier, and I kind of talked about this, because so at this point I'm kind of like repeating myself or whatever. But when I had said months ago that, like, oh, Nikki should bring Kenny on stage to do Pink Birthday, the whole fan base dragged me. And now tonight Nikki confirms my theory, and she brings him out on stage despite all of the rumors, the speculation, the negative feedback, nothing. And so I just want to say, like, this could have never happened, right? Because it didn't have to happen, because it probably wasn't going to happen. If Safaree didn't come through, then we probably would have went the whole tour without seeing Kenny on stage, because I definitely think that Nikki makes a conscious effort to separate herself and her artistic persona from her husband, right? Because he doesn't show up with her every single time, everywhere, right? So she makes it a point where it's like, I am Nicki Minaj. I'm married to Kenneth Petty, but I am Nicki Minaj, right? And that's great, because that's what you should do, right? But dang, how I just be forgetting my train of thought. Oh, I want to play this clip. But yeah, so yeah, like I had said, oh, she should bring him out, whatever. They was dragging me because the bars be mad sensitive about like, oh, like Nikki getting dragged, Nikki Kenny getting dragged and stuff like that, which is super understandable. As I said, like I thought my suggestion, she gives off ratchet energy. She who, sorry. But I didn't hear about Sway Lee till today. I'm dead. She does the absolute most when it comes to him against the media and never does much energy for herself. Yo, her galore is reading down. So and yeah, so anyway, like I had to wake up at 2:30 in the morning. As you can see, look at the timestamp on my tweet over here. Look to the right. 2:49 a.m. Okay, I wake up out my sleep at 2:49 a.m. I see this, and this was my reaction. I said, remember when I said, and you could tell I'm half asleep, bitch, because I'm always making typos. Remember when I said Nikki should bring Zoo on stage for a lap dance, and the cupcakes dragged me? Months later, it happened. Now what? Now what, bitch? Now what, hoes? You just think that y'all know everything. You just think that y'all know what Nikki is thinking, what she's doing, what she would do, what she wouldn't do, and all Nikki does time after time is shows all of us that expect the unexpected. That is who Nicki Minaj is. Expect the unexpected. You would think that Nicki Minaj wouldn't do certain things, and she still does it. She still does it. Like, so it's like for those of you guys who like, and when I said this, I had said like, the cupcakes, they seem to like, oh, like Nikki does everything right, everything is perfect, Nikki and Kenny marriage perfect, 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 perfect. And I hate that. I hate people who act like everything is perfect and everything, because nothing is perfect. Like nothing is perfect in life. So it's like, if to be unable to admit some type of fault or wrongdoing or something like that, I can't get with it, because we're all human beings and we all make mistakes, and we see mistakes happen right in our face time and time again. So anyway, yeah, so I tweet this or whatever, and bitch, I went back to sleep. But I was really surprised at like, because once again, I always say things. It's been several things that I've said in the fan base where I'm just giving my honest opinion, and it gets taken the wrong way, or it gets blown out of proportion, or whatever it is, whatever reaction people have, it is what it is. And so, but when like when I get vindicated, I'm not the type of person where I make a big deal about it in terms of like karma or whatever, because actions speak louder than words. So the fact that Nikki even brought him on the stage, bitch, I don't have to say shit because you already gagged. You're gagged. You're gagged. You're gagged. And when you saw my tweet, y'all just was gagged and y'all was mad all over again. And I didn't even think that people be even caring, because why the tweet that I wrote talking about, remember when I said and everybody dragged me, why that tweet got 193 likes? My tweets don't get no likes, no engagement, no other time. But it seemed like everybody remembered what happened. And I'm so glad for that. I'm so glad that people didn't get amnesia. I'm so glad that 193, over 200 people remember when I said that Nikki should bring Kenny on stage, and the whole fan base dragged me. And so let me make it clear though. It wasn't just the cupcakes, right? It was Edgy Barbs under there as well. And the Edgy Barbs, like, even more understandable, because usually Edgy Barbs don't like Kenny, right? So they don't want to see him at all. But the point, sorry, that I want to make is that, and that I made during that time where I was getting dragged, was that like the cupcakes, once again, they act like everything is perfect, yet they are the ones that scramble the most and scramble the hardest, and you scrambling and dragging me because of a simple suggestion that I made. It tells me that you are actually insecure. You're the most insecure about Nikki's relationship to her husband and who she chose, because if you wasn't, you wouldn't give a fuck. You wouldn't give a fuck if they was on stage together. You wouldn't give a fuck about what the comments say, because I didn't factor in what the comments were saying into my suggestion. I said, you know what, child, Nikki love her husband, child. It would be a key, it would be a gag, it would be cute. That's all. It was a simple whatever, right? But hey, so anyway, some other loose bussy bitch bar bottom has something to say about what I said. So they quoted me talking about, look all the way to the left of your screen. Okay, I hope y'all seeing what I'm showing. So it says, see how y'all start lies. Now, once again, I don't even know what's going on. This person just, they quote me. I don't know. So what I just see what I'm about to read to y'all. So it says, see how y'all just start lies. The only people that have ever talked against this man were edgy barbs, and you know that. The same edgy barbs you welcome because they weren't afraid to, quote, speak their minds when it came to decisions Nicki made. The same edgy MFers that were all across Twitter saying she shouldn't have chose up or that she should keep him in the back. Get your lies straight for real, because I remember when it was Cupcakes getting dragged by edgy bars for embracing this man. It's all funny though, because a lot of the people who claim to be edgy was so here for his appearance last night because the clown was in the room, but any other day would be making shady tweets about him and then delete them. Oh, was he talking about me? Talking about, because I was so confused when I read it. I'm just like, because what this, it seemed when I got the notification, it seemed like this person just quoted me out of nowhere, but they actually were quoting me in response to another tweet. So they were responding to another tweet and quoting me, and this was their response, and they quoted me. But I'm so confused because I can't see the tweet that they're responding to, because that person might have me blocked, because child, a lot of people got me blocked, especially, after my little, harmless suggestion or whatever. So I don't know what this person was. I don't understand like how what I said falls into whatever they're saying. So, and that's why I'm like, it's so funny though, because a lot of the people who claim to be edgy were so here for his appearance last night, because the clown was in the room. So is they saying that I was here for his appearance because Safaree was in the room, but any other day I would be making shady tweets about him and then delete them? Have I made have I, those of y'all who follow me on Twitter, have I ever made a shady tweet about Kenny? I don't think so. I don't think so. Y'all tell me though. Like honestly. Oh, Nikki's sister, thank you. Cap. Shout out to everybody on YouTube right now. I appreciate everybody joining me. Please make sure to like the video and that you're subscribed to the channel. But also, replay crew, everybody, let me know your feelings and reactions to this conversation in the comments, because, that's what we're here to do, converse. Crystal says they don't like Kenneth, period. Crystal is on playback with me. Shout out to all the barbs on playback. She said they don't like Kenneth, period. I've seen them cupcake tweets. They want to be perfect barbs so bad because why the long paragraph? Stop. I'm crying. I'm dead. So yeah, I mean, like once again, I don't. Child, one thing about me is that I don't ever like, unless I have something for real, unless I have something positive to say or like nothing neutral to say about Nicki's marriage, I normally don't bring it up. And once again, I don't even like tweet a lot of my real opinions, because for what, like if people want to know my opinions, they could just easily come to my show or like listen to my shit, like and I'm not a typing person anyway, so y'all already know that. Anyway, they don't want to be dumb niggas. I'm crying. So, I forgot what I was going to say. But let's watch this real quick. We're winding down. We're not going to be here too much longer. I appreciate y'all for being here with me, though. Let's see. It says Wes Bergman says Safaree's life has been downhill since his breakup with Nicki Minaj.
Out a lot of emotions, especially for you. You were talking about your past relationship with Nicki as well. What was it like venting and putting that out there?
It felt good to let it out because, I have a lot of things built up inside me and I'm never able to express myself. I thought I could put my trust and talk to Wes, and the things I was saying to him, he would make fun of me behind my back to other people. So
his life's been downhill since that breakup.
What kind of show is this? Like, what is going on? What is this? Oh, sorry. Let's see. It says Wes Bergman, Safaree, and Teresa, whatever, spoke about the new season of House of Villains, and Safaree mentioned his past relationship with Nicki Minaj, and Wes joking said his Safaree's life has been downhill since that breakup. He continues saying Safaree peaked and Nicki's career skyrocketed the second she left him. Okay, so they're promoting a show called House of Villains. Is this a reality show?
He peaked. He peaked there.
So you really don't know who you can trust?
Absolutely not.
Her career skyrocketed the second that she left him.
Yeah, I left.
You're going up. You're on the
Not I left. I can't tell, like, is this man being serious or is he joking?
show. You got
Yeah.
Teresa next to you. It's all uphill from here.
Don't listen to Wes.
I know brings out.
Somebody said, I know white humor. He did at serious Safaree. I watched The Office. Safaree tried to laugh off the pain. All he talk about hanging up flat screen. Now that's the fact though. And like seeing like this post, right? This post came out 8 hours ago. So it's definitely given like Gag City happened at the perfect time. And because whatever is happening here, Safaree is a part of a rollout, and I don't know if his relationship with Nikki was a topic of conversation during his filming of the show. Is that something that will come out, or are they just using this to promote the show? Regardless, he is using his, name and association and affiliation to Nikki, in order to promote other things that he has going on. Now, I really hope that we don't see too much of this for real, for real. I hope like maybe it's just like this wave, and that Safaree can continue to like move on and live his life without Nikki. So earlier we were watching Safaree's vlog right from his channel, and so we were realizing that when you go on his YouTube channel is has been always there because Safaree does release music, right? But when you scroll back to his videos and you look at like what has he been doing recently as of content, right? We don't know Safaree to be a YouTuber. Here is his vlog at Nikki's concert. It now has 55,000 views. A couple hours ago when we were here watching it had 52,000. So it went up 3,000 within a couple of hours. But anyway, scroll down. Safaree hasn't been like a quote unquote content creator for a long time. Just 3 weeks ago, Safaree official YouTube and vlogging journey begins. So Safaree is fairly new to YouTube, fairly new to the vlogging lifestyle, because once again, he is no longer on Love and Hip Hop. Erica Mena is no longer on Love and Hip Hop. Y'all know they got, I think, 2 kids together or whatever. So he do got to make money somehow. So I'm not opposed to Safaree being on YouTube or whatever. It sucks that he has to live his life in the public eye in order to make his money. But hey, I mean, what else, could he do? I don't know. Music was never popping off. But anyway, so like, as you can see, like the majority of his content on here is it's giving like, his love interest is Amara La Negra, and they were together, on during their time on Love and Hip Hop Miami and stuff like that. And so I hope that like he kind of like continues with that and gets back to that. Now you can see he's trying to take some sort of advantage of the current momentum that he has, because once again his vlog at the concert is bringing new eyes and traction to his YouTube channel, which is why today he was very consistent in dropping a new video, right? So it says, I surprised Amara after dance class. So now he's back onto like his daily routine with Amara. I don't even know if they're back together or what is really going on, but I hope that he gets back to whatever he planned his content to be about and not make it revolve around Nikki too much. There's more things that he could talk about. He could do a Q&A. He could talk about the I mean, I don't think he can't obviously talk about like what actually happened and stuff like that, because I'm sure that like there's NDAs and stuff like that in place and stuff, and he probably wouldn't even really want to spill those type of beans. But I'm just saying that like there's ways to like talk around it and stuff like that, and people will find a way if they really want them clicks and views. And so we just have to wait and to see like what Safaree really does with this, so yeah. All right, okay. Trey says reality shows full on unlikable or dramatic public figures. It's an elimination type show. Very confusing. I'm just realizing all of Nikki X's are so unlikable. Facts. Rapper to influencer pipeline. Safaree needs to make an OnlyFans instead. He did have an OnlyFans. Safaree had an OnlyFans. Safaree sells coconut oil. He has his own brand of coconut oil because he likes to be in the gym and stuff like that. So yeah, like Safaree got his own little kingdom. I don't know what be going on for real, but yeah. Anyway, let's reorient ourselves because we are winding down. We're not going to be here for too much longer. So okay, so I talked about that. Okay, so we can move on a little bit, but I guess like just to wrap up like the whole Nikki and Safaree thing, like I hope that like I think both of them have valid points on both sides. And Safaree, once again, he just needs to keep like his keep Nikki's name out his mouth for real. He really do need to keep Nikki's name out his mouth, and shit will go great for him, anyway, but don't terrorize him, don't contribute to his engagement and stuff like that, because the more you guys do that, the more you guys show interest in that, the more he will keep doing that, because that will bring traction to his page and also more income. Okay, so I just wanted to like uh I since we on barbology, I just wanted to see what like some barbs are saying, right? So and we are coming towards the end of the Gag City World Tour, and so you're going to see a lot of people like reflecting and stuff like that on the era. And once again, as I've been talking about throughout the whole era, we'll have our own sort of like conversation and stuff about that, like what we liked about the era, what we wish was better, what we expect moving forward. So once again, one of my favorite accounts, they was tweeting today, and it was like, it's the final week of this era, and after this, Nikki should go on a well-deserved hiatus and delete all social media apps. I really want her to continue taking care of herself and focus on her craft. Now is not the time to slow down. Get a team and plan and prepare for the return. It needs to be with a smash single, with a music video, radio, and everything it needs. So this got 458 likes. The person follows up and says, this next era, I don't want her to be reliant on the barbs. She knows no matter what, we will support, and that's why she doesn't try as much. I want her to really tap into her artistry. No scraps, no singing, and no lazy samples. Remind people why you are the queen of rap. Also, there's something that shifts when she goes back home. IDK if it's the aura of the people around her or something, but she needs to stay focused. I'm crying. Somebody said Nikki needs a hiatus, a fresh start, because social media is not in her corner at all. At some point, she needs to pull back and put a pen to a drawing board. She needs a clean plan. Yes, exactly. Like even cupcakes are getting to her head to the point she's actually starting to spark. Okay, she needs some way into herself. I really need her to fall back to her real self and her real Nicki Minaj work ethic. We've had enough drama this era, and I need her to just come back hard next year. We need a real ass rap project from her. We want new hits. I pray she doesn't include Mamita, etc. Yeah, show why you are the queen of rap. So much happened during this era, too much for anyone to be mentally sane. I don't know. For me, I feel like the era not as long as I thought it was gonna be. Like, because once again, I count the era as the era started when Super Freaky Girl was released, which was August like 12th. 2022. So it's technically been 2 years or whatever. So I guess, yeah, 2 years these days. It is a long time or whatever. But that's not like a big deal or whatever. But I mean, I can't agree more with this person, and that's one of the reasons why I kind of put this on the agenda in terms of how to wrap up the conversation, because I'm interested in to what like other people feel, like what other people think of, like how soon is this next Pink Friday 3 album allegedly coming, like what is it going to be? Because for me, it's just like, okay, I get it, like we talked about it before, I've asked this question before, and some of you guys have said like, oh, like next year, and it's just like even though I wasn't like in a rush to get music, it's not making me feel good, because it's just like, bro, like we were supposed to get music before this year is out, so you're telling me that we're not getting nothing, we're not getting this project until next year. If you were teasing a deluxe, then you had to have most of it done, right? So I don't, me personally, I just don't understand like why we need that much time to release music for real, for real. But I mean, I kind of get it, but once again, as a lot of the barbs are saying, like I definitely want Nikki to come correctly. The barbs definitely want another number one, but as we all know from the era, our fan base is tired, right? Nikki has been working hard. Our fan base has been working hard ever since like 2021 DWAP, which is when we really put our feet on the gas in terms of like buying music and stuff. So barbs have been spending so much money in the past couple of years, and plus like with all of like the drama and stuff like that, it's definitely impacted the fan base, and not just in terms of like the amount, but also the morale, and also like like there's a lot of division in the fan base. Like there's just a lot of other factors that factor into the current state of it and how we would actually deal if Nikki were to really drop music. Sorry about that. So yeah, so I definitely think they have good points. I don't be too crazy about like Nikki getting radio and stuff like that. But this might, if you want some good numbers, you got to put some effort behind it. And I definitely do for the next era. Like we definitely do need visuals. We do need visuals. Okay, we do need visuals. Like Nikki, you can't just go on in the future without releasing visuals. Like sorry. And so yeah, Nikki has had a great year. She's accomplished a lot, and I want to acknowledge that. That's a freak. You should have your own brand of oil. But I was kind of ruined this. Now that you say that, and now I'm thinking about like Diddy with baby oil, child. But I was kind of ruined this era for me with all the negative comments about the album. But that's a conversation for another day. Okay, let's put that on the agenda. We'll do another. We can do like another like convo in terms of like more edgy stuff like for on my Unhinged channel. So make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel. Because if you go to my Unhinged channel, like you've been missing out. You've been missing out if you haven't been here because we've been live on my other channel. We go live on playback and then stream it over here. And I'm also gonna upload another like Unhinged Opinions like #2 episode. Like so once again, this was #1, this is #2. So we got a #3. And so we could do a #4 of Unhinged / edgy opinions this week, like later on this week, because there are some things that some people brought up in our chats earlier that I do want to discuss, but just not in this current setting right now. So thank you for bringing that up, and thank you all for all of your your comments, feedback, and suggestions on anything that you guys want to talk about at any time, because yeah. So I'm just looking at anything. Oh, and then I wanted to show, like I showed you, like this person, they was talking about me or whatever. I don't know what the fuck they were saying, but this person, child, and then they block me. That be the thing. It's like I don't even know what you're saying, and then you block me. You literally block me. So it's like, bro, like I don't even know how to respond, child. And I was getting ready to write a response. And now I'm blocked. You like how you come for me and you block me. This is what I don't understand about people on the internet these days. You come for me, yet you block me before I have a chance to respond. And I'm not even the type to go back and forth with people on the internet. But yeah, like stop playing with me. So and I was actually in the middle of writing a response for real, because the person was saying, let's come back here. They was saying like I don't know. I don't know what they was talking about, but they was making it seem like how I was probably saying like, oh, like it was only the cupcakes that was dragging me. I'm like, how the you gonna tell me who was dragging me, bitch? I was the subject of getting dragged, so obviously I know who was dragging me. So y'all was writing a response talking about, oh, what was I saying? I was saying you right, like, oh, and I actually did write the response. I was like, you right, like it wasn't just cupcakes dragging me, but it was every kind of barb. I remember it was some edgies, and it was a lot of cupcakes, but it was edgy. So yeah, I remember. What the what is the point of that, of whatever they said? Like what? Um. All right. Shout out to everybody on YouTube once again. I appreciate you all. Just going through my one thing I wanted to end with. Oh, okay. This is a good poll. So another Barb said, I had a question. I wanted to know y'all plans from when PF2 was over. So I'm gonna ask y'all the same question, and even replay crew, I want to know you guys' thoughts in the comments. It says so the question is, I wanted to know y'all plans from when Pink Friday 2, the era is over. Are y'all going on hiatus too, like logging out and enjoying the holidays, or staying online, defending and posting content? You can leave comments too. So basically, this person is just trying to take like a feeler amongst the fan base to see how our Barb's feeling, because a lot of Barbs have said that like they're waiting for the era to be over so that they can just like chill from the internet stuff. But then there's the other side where people are going to be around. So which one will will you take a hiatus when Nikki takes a hiatus, or will you still be around and stuff like that, or and using social media in moderation? Let's see what people said. Defending Nikki and dragging, just have to keep my foot on their necks at all times. So they said they're not going nowhere. Somebody else said, I'm gonna be here still snatching bitches by their wig, staying online, gagging. I will be dragging on the holidays while open gifts. So do I pick yes or no? I'm dead. Some of y'all gotta somebody said not as active. Is yes dragging? I'm staying on. So what is yes? Staying and posting content. I'll be on here hiatus. I'll still be streaming her music. Love Mother down and will support, just not as active online in hiatus mode, but I'm gonna need her to give us what's needed for PF3, complete finished songs that aren't last minute or scrapped, visual singles. I don't even care about collabs so much. I just want Mother in full form. We cannot leave because if we do, Nikki's name is going to be dragged for filth, so I'm not going anywhere. Girl, Nikki gonna get dragged every day regardless. It doesn't matter who's here and not here. She's still gonna get dragged. Oh Lord, I would do a bit of both. Log on if I need to clock a hole or if I want to celebrate the iconic global superstar that is Nicki Minaj. If she's on hiatus, then yes, but honestly, y'all are so funny dragging people, so I'm still gonna be on here scrolling. Staying on here, it's like reading the newspaper. Of course, I'm gonna defend the queen when needed. Facts, it is kind of like reading the newspaper. Okay. Well, just trying to get a feeler. So I mean, it seems like people will definitely be around. The Barbs is not going anywhere. I don't think the Barbs is going anywhere anytime soon, for real, for real. They might get a little quiet, you know, and I hope they do get quiet, child, because sometimes the Barbs need to STFU and calm the F down. Like, let me calm down. But anyway, guys, thank you guys so much for, you know, coming through and spending some time with me tonight. We accomplished quite a lot tonight on live between Playback, Station Head, and YouTube. So I truly appreciate you guys, you know, taking the journey with me on all of these different platforms and stuff. So make sure that you guys are on Playback, because that is kind of like the headquarters where all of my streams start. And because like YouTube doesn't allow me to because YouTube doesn't allow me to play music, sometimes I'll start streaming on Playback earlier before I get on YouTube, because I can play music and get into the zone, you know, before I get on what's it called, YouTube. So yeah, I appreciate you guys. I would love to come back more this week to do like This Week in Female Rap and stuff like that. We'll see how that goes. And yeah, tour wraps up. Gag City O'Reilly. You know what? Before we go, let's just check on why is this doing this? You know what? Let's see what happens if okay. So let's go to Twitter. Let's go to Gag City Raleigh. Let's see what's going on. Gag City Raleigh. GH. So it is 11:36. Wow, Nikki should be on stage. Okay, she's on stage. Wait, this is giving Poke It Out. Whoa. Whoa, she looks literally the same from the 2018 Poke It Out performance, literally the same. Nikki, this is what I'm talking about. Nah, this is crazy. Bitch, let me pull it up. Hold on. I gotta pull this shit up. This is what I'm talking about. Poke it out. Nah, this is... Look. Crazy. Oh my God, is this like the same wig? It looks like it. Now, if it's the same wig, I'm sure Tay made that wig. Look, this was the same night for that performance. Was it? Actually, I don't know if it was. Pull it out. All of my money's in yen. All of my work is selling. Thank you. Please come again. All we don't hear is to win. Here it is. I'm in Gag City, Raleigh right now. So Nikki's on stage. Okay, we don't care. Not crowded. Now that's the crowd. They on the floor. Skilly Bang on stage. I'm so glad Skilly Bang is on tour. Like, sigh. Now that tour is over, it's really good to see B on tour as well. And it would have been so dope if like JT could have really got that opportunity. Like, I feel like Bia stay looking good, child. All of my money's in yen. All of my work is selling. Thank you and please come again. Period. Okay. Oh, see? They're already doing the comparisons. This is what I'm talking about. Period. I don't know. Oh, this person is live. Bitch. Is she live? Is she live? Is she live? Come on. Are we still on YouTube? Bro. Oh my god. It's not showing. Why is it not showing? Retry. Oh, come on. Don't piss me off. I didn't even like think about looking for somebody that was live, child. And now that I found it, child, look at the bottoms. Now I need it. Okay. Man, I miss this leotard. Like, I love this one. I love this one. I love that one and the pink one. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for being with me once again. Oh my God. Look at her. My God. This is what I'm talking about. Y'all don't understand. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about when I say we came. This is the Nicki Minaj we came to see. This is the Nicki Minaj we came to see. Okay? Wig snatch, cut blunt, color ombre, perfect, laid, in position, poised. Okay?